Hello everyone, my mechanic here. Today I'm going to be replacing the hub assembly on this 2004 Chevrolet Express. So I already have it jacked up and everything. I got jack stands underneath it. And then now go ahead and take the wheel off. Obviously, if you don't have an impact wrench, loosen the nuts up, lug nuts up first before you jack it up. That way your wheel's not spinning. Alright, so once you get your wheel off, go ahead and turn if you're doing the driver's side, turn it all the way to the right. And then take the two bolts off the back of your caliper that holds your caliper and your bracket off. Take that off, and then we can take our rotor off, and then we'll be able to get to our hub. Alright, so once you remove your caliper here, it's just held in by two 18mm bolts, and you can just slide the whole assembly off. And then go ahead and slide your rotor off. And here's our bad hub. Hey, it's horrible. Those bearings are shot. So now we have, I believe there's 3 bolts in the back here. Yes, we have one here, one over there, and one here. Those look like 15mm. So take those off. And also we're gonna have an ABS line right up in here we're going to remove. So let's remove that, move those 3 bolts, and then we'll get this hub off. Alright, so I got the hub off, but it was stuck on there. And what I did was I unloosened the bolts, so it was threaded in a couple threads. And then I've seen a few people do this before. I used that extension, like a 1/2 inch, 3-inch extension. And I put it against this spring right here, and then put the other side against the bolt, and then turned the wheel. So when I did this bolt here, I turned it to the left. I had somebody else turn the wheel for me to get it, so I sat here and held it in place until it got close, and then make sure you get out of the way when you actually start tightening it up, because it might fling out on you. But when you turn the vehicle on, so the engine is running, so you have power steering, and then it'll just crank that thing out, and it'll pop this side out, and then do the same thing for over here, turn it to the right, and then pop this side out. You see what I'm saying? So basically, you're putting the extension up to the bolt if yours is stuck. And then you can just put it right against here, and then you can use, like I said, use your power steering to pop that the hub out. So, and then once you get that out, also you're gonna have this sensor up here. You see that or not? There we go. You just pick up where my thumb is right there. You just pick that up and pull the other side out. That sensor, yours should come with a new wire on it. Your new hub assembly, it should come with a new wire. So you're just gonna unclip it from here, and then unclip it from whatever else is on there, and then make sure you put your splash shield back on with your new one. That just sits in here like this. We're gonna put that back on when we put it back on there. So, all right, I'm gonna go grab the new parts and let's reassemble this thing. All right, so I went ahead and took some sandpaper and just sanded the inside of here, just to get nice and smooth and get all that rust and dirt out of there before I put the new one in. So now that we have all this sanded and ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and slide the new hub in. All right, new hub is on. Make sure you tighten these bolts up really good. I don't know the exact torque spec for them. I just know you gotta get them tight. So, and then this right here, the new wire, I plugged that up in there. You see there, that's plugged in. And I rerouted it back where it's supposed to go. And I got that little clip on right there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this brake caliper back on, and then basically just go ahead and put our wheel back on. So it's that simple. Alright, so you see here, I have it all back together. Got the caliper back on there, got the wheel back on there. Make sure you torque these lug nuts. I normally do 100 foot-pounds. And then make sure you get those bolts on the, everything in there nice and tight. Also, like I said before, you want to get the bolts that go to the hub tight. I don't know the exact torque, but just get them on to make sure they're on there nice and tight. If you do happen to mushroom them out when you're hammering trying to get the hub out, you can just put it on a grinder and grind the sides back out, so it makes it back into a bolt again. So, alright, if this video is helpful, please give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to see all my latest videos. Be sure to hit that little notification bell beside the subscribe button so you get notified whenever a new video comes out. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I got some new tires, by the way, in between the video, so that's why this tire is different now.